before the world looked up with telescopes, before men dreamed of rockets and the moon, there was a forgotten citadel of the stars, built not by peaceful monks, but by the horsemen of the apocalypse, the Mongols. History remembers them as destroyers. Cities burned, rivers ran red, and empires fell before their thunder. But hidden within this storm of iron and fire was a paradox. Hulagu Khan, grandson of Genghis, the same man who crushed Baghdad, also built a temple to the heavens itself, the Maragha Observatory in the mountains of Persia, a place where Mongol soldiers guarded not gold, but knowledge, where the night sky was not feared, but measured, and where the cosmos, silent, eternal, was mapped with an accuracy that would shape the destiny of science. The year was 1259. Hulagu, fresh from conquest, stood upon the ruins of caliphates. He had seen the vanity of kings, the fragility of cities, the impermanence of wealth. But above the carnage, one thing never changed: the stars. Enter Nasir al-Din al-Tusi, a Persian polymath, philosopher, and astronomer. Captured by Hulagu, he could have been executed like so many others. But instead, the Khan saw in him not a prisoner, but a weapon, not a sword, but a mind sharp enough to pierce the skies. Thus began a pact between conqueror and scholar. Imagine the mountains of Maragha. Cold winds sweep the plateau. Tents of soldiers encircle a rising citadel. But instead of catapults, the Mongols are hauling stone for towers that reach skyward. Within its walls, Nasir al-Din gathers scrolls, instruments, and students. He designs astrolabes of brass, celestial spheres, great armillary instruments to chart the heavens. By day, hammers echo like war drums. By night, silence, broken only by the scratching of pens against parchment. As the scholars sketch the heavens, every flicker of a star captured like a soldier's march recorded in ink. The Mongols had forged many weapons, but this was their weapon against ignorance. The observatory became an army of its own, not of men, but of ideas. From its towers, they calculated the length of the solar year with astonishing precision. They mapped planetary orbits centuries before Kepler. They devised astronomical tables, the Zij-il-Khani, that would guide navigators, astrologers, and rulers alike. And when Mongol princes asked about omens, the scholars answered with mathematics, not superstition. The battlefield had shifted from dust and blood to parchment and stars. But within this triumph lay a deeper story. Nasir al-Din had once been a captive, his people crushed beneath Mongol hooves. And yet here he stood, side by side with Hulagu, building not gallows but telescopes. Did he feel loyalty or silent grief? Did he whisper prayers for the souls of Baghdad's dead, while teaching the sons of their destroyer how to read the constellations? Perhaps this was the curse of knowledge, that even in the shadow of violence, truth must still be served. For decades, Maragha burned with intellectual fire, but like all flames, it flickered. After Hulagu's death, successors lost interest. Funds dwindled, scholars scattered, instruments rusted. The once proud fortress of the stars became a ruin. Wind whistled through its empty halls where once the universe had been measured. And yet, its knowledge did not die. Copied manuscripts traveled west, reaching Byzantium, then Europe, seeding ideas that would one day bloom into the Renaissance. Today, when we watch rockets pierce the night, when telescopes glimpse galaxies born billions of years ago, we trace a line back, not only to Copernicus or Galileo, but to that Mongol citadel on the Persian hills. Maragha was not just stone and parchment. It was proof that even the most feared conquerors carried within them the seed of creation. What does this tell us? That knowledge is indestructible. That even empires built on blood may, in their twilight, build something eternal. The Mongols once silenced cities, but they also gave voice to the stars. And if this story of paradox, of blood and brilliance, conquest and cosmos, moved you, then leave a like, share it with those who think the Mongols were only destroyers. and subscribe to keep these forgotten legacies alive. Because history is not just about battles. It is about what we choose to remember. And as always, may history never be forgotten.